Hi, I'm Matt from The Last Drop of Ink, and in this short video I'll be showing how you can win the Amazon Buy Box. Now in this video I'll be covering the following topics: why you should want to win the Buy Box, what factors influence the Amazon Buy Box, we'll have a quick look at the new seller ratings from Amazon, and how you can win the Amazon Buy Box with a formula that is proven to work. And again, for the guys which are using bigger tools or maybe using Excel, a simple example which you can take away and use right now for your business. So first of all, why would you want to win the Amazon Buy Box? The answer is really straightforward: more sales, more sales, more sales, more sales. If you gain access to the Buy Box on Amazon, then you gain access to the majority of customers who buy products on Amazon. In short, the rule is very, very simple. If you're in the Buy Box and you have the blue Buy Box on Amazon, then you win the sale. If you're not, then you don't. It is hard as that, and that is the primary reason why you should want to win the Amazon Buy Box. So let's have a quick look at what factors actually influence the Amazon Buy Box. First of all, it's the featured merchant status. Now this has only really been can be done by Amazon account managers, but it doesn't do any damage to ask your Amazon if you can or ask support about becoming a featured merchant and what featured merchant status is. The next obvious one is actually price, and what is your total price on Amazon. And generally, as a rule, is that whoever has the best price wins the Buy Box. Now there are some other factors in here, and all availability. Now as a general rule, the more products which you have available, then the more likelihood that Amazon is going to feature you in the Buy Box. And a huge tip here, and it's is that if you've had products up on Amazon for a long period of time and you've had no sales for them, take them off. First of all, export them, take them off, set the quantities to 0 and wait about half an hour for Amazon to update, and then put them back on again. Or set the quantities to 0 and then change them back to wait half an hour and then put the quantities back on again. And again, this really does work if you do it overnight, so that if you do this before you go to bed and then first thing in the morning come back and change the stock levels to what they should be, is that what you should notice is that items which you've had on Amazon for a very long time start selling again. It's really strange. Try it, but it's known to work. The next one is volume, and again, that's your consistency as a seller on Amazon. The next factor is refunds. Again, keeping the refund rate on your Amazon account as low as possible. Customer feedback. And again, how do your customers rate you as a seller? And again, it's keeping a very low number of negative or neutral ratings on Amazon. The next is customer support. Again, Amazon have now got a rule that you've got to answer questions less than 24 hours, and that's 7 days a week, and that does include weekends. And obviously also A to Z guarantees, keeping them low as possible too. Fulfillment by Amazon is a very special case, and that warrants a completely separate video. FBA gives you a massive competitive advantage over your competitors on Amazon, and then we'll cover those in later videos. But for now, this formula, which I'll be showing you in a few moments, does not apply to FBA items. It's a completely different ballpark. Now, and again, there's something called seller ratings, which we'll have a quick look at now. Now, a couple of weeks ago, what I noticed in one of my clients' accounts is that there was this new system called seller ratings included now, and I think I was the first person in the entire world which actually wrote the article for this first. Now, I can only scrape the surface here, which is that you, as a seller on Amazon, you're now going to be rated. So if you fill out all the tracking details and dispatch your order within good time and you get no complaints, that you get 1 point on Amazon. Now, for example, if you don't answer a question within 24 hours, then you end up getting 0 points for that hour for that order. And if you screw up the order, so that if you have to refund the order, for example, so you can't fulfill it, so you get a -1 point. But then if you do something really quite bad in Amazon's eyes, which is maybe an A to Z guarantee or a chargeback claim, then you get -5 points. And you need to know how this system works, and that's something for a completely different video, but I've written a really extensive article on this, and I've made a short link for you as well, and you can read that at lastdropofink.co.uk/seller ratings. Okay, now you should really read that one. Now let's get back into the buy box and look at this formula. Okay, now this is proven to work for items which are less than £50, and if you're in the States, then less than $100. This rule will pretty much work for you almost all the time. And this rule is very, very simple to do. Is that you take your lowest selling price on Amazon. So let's say your competitor is at £10. Okay, you take that £10, you take off 2.7%. Okay, and then from experience, well, sometimes is that 2.7% isn't enough, and 2.8% was too much. So I just took an extra penny off, or a cent off. Okay, and that will give you the Amazon buy box for longer. Now, there's if you go to the lastdropofink.co.uk, it's one of the featured articles on the right hand side, and if you have a look at the comments which other business owners have left, this is proven to work on Amazon, not only for the Amazon.co.uk, it also works on Amazon.com. Now, I did mention FBA is a very special case, and it won't work, or generally won't work for FBA items. Okay, and now I know some of you guys out there rely on Excel or formulas to work out how to work out what your cost price should be. Now, if you are able to use a third-party tool which can do the repricing automatically for you, then you would take the lowest price, which is in cell A1 in this case. Okay, and we imagine that's £10. Then we take away the 2.1% from that, and then we take away the penny. Now, I've got Excel open, and let me just zoom in here a mo. Okay, so there's our £10. Okay, and then this is how we work out 2.7%. So we take 10, we times it by 2.7, and then we divide it by 100. So that's how we get 0.027. And then the big formula is 10 minus that 0.27, and then minus the penny, and that's why we've ended up at £9.72, or $9.72. And finally, thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch this video. The Amazon buy box formula works, and I'd like for you to prove it to me as well, or prove it to yourself. Is that nip over to Amazon, pick one of the items which is not been selling as well as you had expected, go and pick the lowest selling price on there and run that formula against it, and generally you should start seeing results almost straight away. Now, obviously don't do it when you've got no profit in an item. Make sure you check your cost price and your overheads as well, so that you're still going to make money on the item, but as a general rule, that formula will work. Now, if you have any questions, we've got a dedicated forum to help people just like you succeed with multi-channel e-commerce. If you've got a question, just ask, and you can find myself and my colleagues at lastdropofink.co.uk/forums. Again, thank you ever so much for taking the time to watch this video. Cheerio!